Today on 16-Bit Game Review, I have a jetpack, I fight a monkey, and finally I turn a house the right way round. Hello and welcome! Now, a few years ago I reviewed this, Fairly OddParents Breaking the Rules for the PlayStation 2. It was an excellent game, especially for a licensed title. But to my knowledge, when I first started playing it, I thought it was the only Fairly OddParents game available. At least until I discovered a little thing called the internet. Because apparently there was another Fairly OddParents game released a whole year after that game called Fairly OddParents Shadow Showdown. And immediately I started thinking, this can't possibly be as good as Breaking the Rules. Right? The gameplay in Shadow Showdown is extremely good. A lot of it comes from the original game with the running and the jumping and the wishing, but they improve on a lot of it. Now Timmy can run and sprint from place to place. He can bounce on things and enemies, and the wishing has been overhauled to the point where it is so much better. You wish for 3 items per area like you could in the previous game, but instead of it being a context-sensitive item or an occasional weapon that's only useful in this one area, you get a whole ton of new gameplay mechanics, like a ball that'll roll you twice the speed and has a pinball maze, or a magical thing that lets you turn the entire stage upside down. Jetpacks, a banana cannon, and a bunch of other amazing weapons and gizmos and whatnot. It really improves the gameplay from the original. The controls are fairly similar to the original Breaking the Rules, but now a few more things have been changed. You have a dedicated run button, you have a slide/bounce button, you have a jump button, and you have a dedicated item button. You also have a dedicated look around the room button and a dedicated swap item button. It's very nice and very, very good. In Breaking the Rules, the most probable cause of your immediate demise was the pit. And the reason for it was because the camera would refuse to let you see where you're jumping. You can look all around Timmy, but you couldn't look up or down, meaning planning a jump, planning a strategy was just impossible. And you have to take a lot of leaps of faith in order to move forward with the game. In Shadow Showdown, they completely reworked the camera and they fixed everything with it. It's so much easier to look around. It's so much more enjoyable to go and just move the camera. And because of this, gameplay is a lot easier, the controls are much simpler, and jumps are just a laugh. You can go through most pits without an issue, because now you can see how far the jump is and guess how likely it is you'll be able to make it, even if you're not supposed to jump from this point to the next. When Shadow Showdown tries its best to make good music, it does a very good job. For example, this. I absolutely enjoy when the game flexes its musical muscles. It does a very, very good job. But my issue is the rest of the music is just okay, much like the original Breaking the Rules. But I find it's a little bit worse, just because I know they can make good stage music, and I just don't know why they don't make more of it. The graphics are quite stunning for what they are able to do. It's all shell shaded and it looks spectacular like it did in Breaking the Rules, but it's just so much improved. Timmy's animation is just stunning when you finally take a look at it, like his hair's bouncing, he moved from side to side while he's sprinting, he dives in a particular way. The level of detail that they did throw into this is gorgeous, but for everything that was good, there is also a bad. And for some reason, they messed up talking. I don't know how you mess up talking, but they did. The mouths look so awkward, and when people talk, it's really, really noticeable because they just zoom into the face, almost as if they're showing off how good their mouths were, and it just looks really awkward and poorly done. And I don't know how, but the original game is better when it's doing the talking. But overall, if you ignore the fact that there's a lot of dialogue in this, it's a good looking game. Damn good if you ask me. No, it's orange. Except for Timmy's eyes. They're blue. In Fairly OddParents Breaking the Rules, one of the things that made the game so good in the first place was that every single level was its own self-contained story. It had its own plot, its own beginning, middle, and end. At the end of the day, whatever you did there helped the overarching story, which was pretty weak. In Shadow Showdown, the emphasis has changed from the levels to the story overall. So now we get focused on the TV being out and magic not being there. And we get reminders from Cosmo and Wanda, Jorgen, and the royal family. Yeah, there's a royal family now that got invented specifically for this game. That it's all broken, we need to fix it. And that's all fine, it is done very well. It's a very good story which has a slight twist but a very predictable ending. The issue though is the levels are weaker and a lot more shallow. The environments are good and they feel like a Fairly OddParents adventure, but overall it's not as good as Breaking the Rules. Honestly, I can see it now. In a boardroom at THQ, someone looked at Nintendo and saw, they seem to be making a lot of these 4-player multiplayer games, and the kids seem to be buying them all up. You know what? Let's throw that into our game as a multiplayer feature so that everyone can play their party games. And they did it, and it sucks. The frame rate gets reduced, the gameplay isn't interesting, and honestly, you're better off playing the minigames from Breaking That Rules than this. Avoid the minigames at all cost. Technically, Fairly OddParents Shadow Showdown is better than Breaking the Rules. It has more gameplay, better music, better controls, more variation with everything, and overall is technically the better game. But if we're going on what's the better Fairly OddParents game, I would have to give it to Breaking the Rules. As much as I did complain about it and said there's issues with it in the original review, looking back, there's more levels, the story's a lot more deep and very complex, especially from a level to level basis. And overall, I personally prefer it. That might just be because I played Breaking the Rules first and I had it for much longer, but honestly, Shadow Showdown felt a little bit shallow to me. It's not that it's bad. When I beat it, I was quite happy and very satisfied that it was done and it was a good play. The jokes were good, everything was on the spot. It's just, Breaking the Rules was just that much better for me. So, if you want Shadow Showdown, go and get it. It's a great game and it's an excellent play. But, I'd recommend Breaking the Rules first. It's sort of like that entry-level thing that you have to do before you get to this game. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please check out the annotations below for more videos or the cards. As well, like or dislike the video if you liked and or disliked the video, and leave a comment below. If you want to see more videos from us, please subscribe. We post videos often, and please check out our Facebook and Twitter. We do stuff there from time to time. Anyways, thank you for watching.